Gonna go live. There we go. Hello, 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 everyone, and happy Sunday. I hope you all can hear me as usual. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday Sessions. If this is your first time here, welcome to the Sunday Sessions. I am AC Brown. I am your psychic channel, medium, spiritual guide, and teacher and voice of truth. And every Sunday I come on here and we talk about all things spirituality, human design, astrology, numerology, spiritual self-development, mixed with a little bit of pop culture, and I answer questions for you all. So today is the Super Bowl, thank goodness. So I'm excited about that. I hope you all are too, for the Kendrick Lamar show. Someone said, I haven't seen you in a very while. Hello, how are you? Yes, I've been coming back every Sunday for the last, since the first week in January. So I'm here. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but I still had to come in. And so we'll wait for some people to get in to the groove here. So today we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about a few things. So like I said, the Sunday Sessions where we explore what's happening in the cosmos and how you can work with it, all of the things. So this week is going to be a lot of main character energy because we have a lot of things happening. So we have a full moon in Leo on February 12th, and then Mercury is entering Pisces on the 14th, on Valentine's Day. So the energy is going to be about bold expression. It's going to be about creativity, about passion, softening into romance. Your intuition is going to be heightened, lots of emotional depth. Do not answer any calls from any exes this week. We are also in a shadow period for Venus. Please, 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 please don't let anybody spin the block on you. Please, whatever you do. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Channing. Good morning. Yes, lots of powerful transits. Good morning, Kiki Bohemian. Yes, lots of powerful transits happening. It's a lot going on, but we're here. So we'll jump right into, I'm going to talk about today, like what each aura type can experience this week, also your rising sign, etc. So we'll start first with the full moon in Leo. So the full moon in Leo is on February 12th, and it's a time to be seen, of course, time to be seen, time to be heard. Full moons are for illumination, for release, for heightened, full moons are, for heightened awareness. And this one is going to be about stepping into the spotlight because, of course, Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun wants to be seen. The sun wants to be heard. The sun is very creative. The sun is a luminary, and the full moon in Leo is really asking you to make sure that you're not dimming your light. So wherever Leo is at in your chart, use that house to build upon this week, and for that energy. Where are you dimming your light? Why are you dimming your light? What's doing the block? No, spinning the block. Don't let any man spin the block, any woman spin the block. Don't let anybody spin the block. Yes, that's what spin the block means. Don't let anybody come back around in your energy, in your realm. That's what that means. So with the full moon in Leo, the biggest thing that you want to know for this week, it's a direct invitation to not dim your light, to make sure that you are shining in whatever that natal house is that Leo rules. So for myself, Leo rules my 9th house, and that's also where my North Node is. My North Node is in Leo. And I think also, what else is in Leo? I think I have like a big asteroid there too. But anyway, So don't let anybody dim your light with whatever that house is. So what Leo energy really wants from you when we have the full moon is that it wants you to be as authentic as possible. It wants you to have bold self-expression. Ask yourself, where have you been watering yourself down at? Where have you been dimming your light? Leo wants you to own your voice. It wants you to own your desires. It wants you to own your truth. That is really important for Leo's energy. And it's also about pleasure, and it's also about play. So the moon kind of reminds us, where's the joy at in your life? Where's the excitement at in your life? Where can you be the center of attention in your life? That's what Leo also does. And it's also about releasing the fear of judgment. So Leo energy is not here for self-doubt. If you know any Leos with Leo in their big three, they exude confidence, or they show up confidently regardless of what's going on inside. So the Leo full moon energy wants you to let go of what other people think about you, and really lean into how you feel about yourself, and lean into what you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself. So how is the full moon going to affect each rising sign? So for the fire signs, and if anybody has any questions, please answer in the comments. That's how we do things here. Put your questions in the comments, put all of that in the comments, and just let me know if you have any questions. So how it's going to affect each rising sign. So for fire signs, fire risings, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius risings. So you'll actually thrive under this full moon. Aries is really going to be time to kind of speak up for yourself and be heard. Use your creativity, use your creative ideas, and put them out on center stage. For Leo risings, this is your full moon about yourself. So it's going to be about everything in the body. If you've been doubting yourself, doubting your identity, this is going to be your push. And for Sagittarius risings, this is going to be about being called to expand your vision, to go bigger, to go deeper, to trust yourself more, especially on the belief and philosophical and spiritual plane. For earth signs, for earth rising signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, this moon is really reminding you that playing safe isn't your best move. It's not going to get you what you want. So Taurus, you have to change any outdated beliefs that you have if you're a Taurus rising. Any outdated beliefs that you have about your worth, about who you are and your value, that's going to be important. Virgo, you need to stop waiting for perfect moments, perfect situations, perfect ideas about woulda, coulda, shoulda. Just go out and do it. And for Capricorns are very ambitious. So your ambition is very powerful, but have you made space for pleasure, for joy, for those things? So that's going to be some of the themes that are coming up for the earth sign rising signs. For the air signs, for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius rising, it's really time to get out of your head and get more in your heart. If you are an air sign, rising sign. So for Gemini risings, try not to overthink about your creativity. Just express it. For Libra risings, your relationships are going to be highlighted. How are you showing up for people? How are people showing up for you? For Aquarius risings, you're going to have to balance your independence and your codependency with people and your connection with people. That's going to be important. And for water sign risings, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, your emotions are going to be pretty heightened, but don't let that stop you from kind of stepping into your brilliance, stepping into your power. So Cancer, you'll probably experience people questioning your worth and you having to show up in your worth a little bit, okay? Somebody said, so for Capricorn rising, is stop playing safe in the areas of pleasure and joy. Yes, Channing, stop playing safe in the pleasure in the area of pleasure and joy. I'll come back to that because I have some deeper things for you. But let me finish with the water sign rising. So for the water sign risings, Cancer, this is about stepping into your worth in your relationships. For Scorpio, where are you avoiding being seen because of fear? And for Pisces, you have to use this energy to channel your dreams into tangible projects or products or something. Don't stay in the airy fairy land for too long because it can happen. But going back to um, Channing and Capricorn risings. Capricorns, of course, y'all are about getting things done. You have a very matter of fact life. And I like to say for this time with the full moon in Leo, figure out where you are lacking pleasure, where you're lacking joy. Because you need to let that in. I find that people with Capricorn placements, in my opinion, they just, it's almost like you're afraid to let your guard down, because if you do let your guard down, then you feel that people won't help you or they won't come to your rescue. So I think you should practice that this week, is doing that. That's going to be really important. For any other rising sign where I'm like, for full moon in Leo, I mean, with Leo, it's just about showing up as your most brilliant self, showing up as your most authentic self, making sure that you are speaking your piece, making sure that you are talking about what, fuels you creatively. Leo wants to be as expressive as possible, as, yes, just expressive. They want to be seen for their most authentic beings. And so this week you might be feeling yourself a little bit, which is great. I have my own thoughts and opinions about being humble, especially when you have Leo placements, or even if you don't have big placements in Leo, but just with you having wherever Leo is at in your chart, you need to really kind of have some bravado for that chart. You need to be a little bit more confident wherever Leo is at in your chart, because that's what Leo wants you to do. So wherever Leo is at in your natal chart, whatever house it's in, it really wants you to step forward and claim your space. So yeah, so with your Leo and your 11th house, that's about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your social circles, your community. So Leo wants you to step and just be a lot firmer and a lot more matter of fact there, a lot more confident in whatever house Leo is in. And it's important for you to recognize that Leo just wants you to shine. Leo just wants you to be your most authentic self. Sometimes that's a lot depending on your background, the way you were raised, all of those things that kind of creep in and tell you like, oh, you're being too much or you're not enough. All of these crazy things that go on in our mind or that are other people's voices in our heads. So that's one of the themes for this week when it comes to Leo, is just to really focus on being your most authentic self. I can't express that enough. If this is who you are, then that's just who you are. Be that, if that makes any sense. And for Mercury is going to be in Pisces on February 14th. So this is really about softening into intuitive communication. So you have this big full moon that comes in, and then Mercury kind of brings like a shift from logic to intuition, from facts to feelings. The energy is I will say this, if you love Valentine's Day, or even if you're not in a relationship, if you have friends, if you're doing Galentine's Day, this is the Valentine's Day to really romanticize your life, to have rituals, to manifest. on this Valentine's Day. If you're like, oh, by next Valentine's Day, I want to be in a relationship, then put that out there and say that. With Mercury in Pisces on the 14th, it's also might be very emotional. So if you're feeling really crappy about love and your relationships, try not to, because it can make you feel sad as well. Or Mercury in Pisces kind of brings dreamy and very emotional communication, less structured, a lot of heart-centered conversations. It's, like I said, intuitive over logic. So your gut feelings, your internal feelings, all of that is going to be heightened this week, especially, and it's going to be heightened anyway with Leos. I don't know if y'all know Leos. If y'all have, Leos are very emotional. Out of all fire signs, in my opinion, are emotional. Leos and Sagittarius are the most emotional. Yeah, they're very emotional. They are my fire sign crash outs. I'd never experienced a crash out with an Aries. I'm only used to Sagittarius and Leo crash outs. Leo, Sagittarius, extremely, extremely emotional. People, in my opinion, people, Leo and Sagittarius are what people think Pisces are. And that's just me, because I'm a Sagittarius rising and I'm a Pisces sun. Leo and Sagittarius, their emotions are what people think Pisces are. And that's not the case. But that's another. So it's going to be a very emotionally charged week. There's going to be a lot of romantic vibes, a lot of poetic vibes, love letters, deep talks, a lot of intuitive understanding. So, but how does this affect each human design aura type for this week in general? So for manifestors, this is a great time for you to use your voice very powerfully. Make sure that you are being clear. Use Mercury in Pisces so you can feel good about the messages that you're having to say. They might feel a little blurry. Keep on talking. Keep on. Here we go with oh God, not today. We cannot do this today. Let's see. Let us see what is happening. Let's see. We're not going to freak out. Hopefully you all can hear me. We're not going to freak out at all. I'm just going to give it a second. I turned off the recording this time. I don't know why it's acting like that. But here we are. Back. See, we're not going to freak out. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Let's see if it comes back on. Is it back? Yeah. Very emotional. I hugged someone at an event last night. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. You hugged someone at an event last night and the tears came. Yeah, it's going to be this week. Don't be upset at yourself. Mad at yourself. Try not to be. So for manifestors, like I was saying, this is a great time to use your voice powerfully, but make sure you're being clear, as Mercury in Pisces can make messages feel a little blurry. Speak from your heart, but don't expect people to just know what you mean. For manifesting generators, you might feel very scattered this week, but you will feel inspired. So remember that. If you're getting intuitive nudges about projects, about your relationships, just listen. Just listen, just listen, and allow time. Don't act on too much too fast. Allow time to process before making kind of bold moves, bold decisions. For generators, this is going to be an energy shift that will make you more aware of how your words impact others. So don't second guess yourself, generators, this week. Kind of trust yourself. And this is also a good time to focus on love, creativity, and aligning what satisfies you this week. And for projectors, your intuition is going to be very heightened this week. So have some deep conversations if you need to. about guiding others, about being mindful. Make sure you're not absorbing other people's energy. Make sure you're setting clear boundaries. And for reflectors, this is going to be a time where you're going to feel your intuition, your psychic abilities are going to be really heightened. And so you're going to feel the emotional shifts collectively. So this actually might be a really hard week for reflectors. Be gentle with yourself. Process your emotions. Don't get too, just don't be too hard on yourself this week. As an Aries sun in the Pisces, yes, Sherilyn. It's gonna be an emotional week, and really because like I said, Leo is the crash out king and queen. And then you have Pisces. So you have these two big, bold, emotional energies. One in the full moon that's asking you to release, and then another one that's asking you to communicate in a more intuitive way. So if you feel resistance this week in those areas, try and let your guard down. Try to be a little bit more vulnerable with the people around you. Try not to be so so tight, and to give yourself a chance to just have like really good conversations with people that you've wanted to have for a while. I think that this week is going to be a week where we'll all get clarity about next steps, about how we need to move forward, why we need to move forward, especially when it comes to relationships and communication with relationships. Especially for me, this is a big, heavy week, just for my family and stuff. My aunt passed last year during this time, and then my grandmother passed years ago during this week. And so Valentine's Day for me is always weird after that, because we had her wake on Valentine's Day. But so yeah, I just think that for this week, it's best for everyone to focus on clarity, emotional energy, how you feel about things, how you want things to happen for yourself. Because I feel like we're moving into an energy that is going to be not about yourself so much, not so much of a selfish energy, but more of a centering yourself energy. Like, you hear like decenter men, decenter women, all of this other stuff. And it's just like, I think we're all moving into a space where we want to center ourselves and figure out what we want, what we need, what we desire, why we want the things, what they mean for us to have them. And I feel like this is a great opportunity. February for me has always been a great opportunity to gain clarity, because it's a month before my birthday. My birthday's in March. For me to gain clarity, anytime like before your birthday you're going to feel a lot more optimistic, a lot more clear about your goals, about your dreams. Every time birthdays come, people sometimes have the birthday blues. The birthday blues are not bad. I like to say, if you're someone who has the birthday blues like myself sometimes, is to try and experience those birthday blues before your birthday happens, like a month before. So I always use February to get very clear about the next year, because my year is starting, for me, it starts in March. That's how I start my year. Like my year really, really starts in March. And then it's also the astrological new year in March. So I just focus on March, like, okay, what do I need to get accomplished, or what do I really need to focus on once March comes, because that sort of sets the tone for me. So, but I like to say that February as well sets the tone as well for everyone, because it's one of those interesting months where it's not too slow, it's not too fast, it's like at a right place, especially since we experienced 5 years of January this year. So February is pacing nice. And then once March hits, I think everyone gets into gear and gets very matter of fact of what they're doing for the rest of the year. So if you haven't made decisions about your career, about your love life, about your community, about the type of relationships that you want to have, the type of work that you want to do, February is a perfect month to get that in line. Because once March happens, you really want to sort of be digging a little bit deeper into your goals, your dreams, your desires, the things that you want to accomplish. Because once April, May hits, you're really in the groove of whatever tone you've set for the year, whether that's good or bad. So that's why I like once March hits, it's like, for me, it's like, okay, it's my birthday month, then it's April, then it's May, and then June, July, August. And then after that, then we go back into sort of like a slower season. Even though I have a feeling that, I really, really have a feeling that this is going to be a slow summer. And what I mean by that is this summer is going to feel like summer. And it's going to also feel very paced in a way that we're just able to enjoy ourselves. I'm predicting that we'll have a lot more joy and excitement personally, even with the world feeling like it's crashing down. Yeah. So if you feel like life is life is over, or that life feels a little just out of place, and just keep hope alive. That's keep hope alive. I hate that. Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. My grandmother couldn't stand Jesse Jackson, baby. And Jesse Jackson used to come up on screen or anything. She'd be like that. She would curse. She couldn't stand Jesse Jackson. And there's a reason why. If you look at just look at archives of why a lot of civil rights people do not see it for Jesse Jackson, you will get the clear picture. I can talk about that stuff for days. I love history. I love civil rights history. I love that whole, like, yeah, I love all of that. I'd like to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about that in a different way, but not here. So, but anybody have any questions? Because I can just run on and on and on. Anybody have any questions about anything, about how you're feeling, what you want me to answer? I would like to do at some point, once I figure out, I think I need to get a new cord for my webcam and plugging it up to the computer. But once I think I just need to get a new cord because I think it's just loose. I fixed the internet issue, so that's like fixed. But I think it's loose, and sometimes if I move a little bit, if I move my like laptop somewhere, like it'll go off, and then whatever. I think I need to get a new cord. But once I get a new cord, once I figure out, I would love to have people come up and I can do readings for you on Sundays, but you have to be on camera. That's the only caveat. You can't, you have to be on camera because I won't do it if you're not on camera. At all. I just won't do it. So that would just get on my nerves. I've been in deep thankfulness lately. So much energy is high. Can't sleep. Yeah, this is going to be a really hard time for sleep this week in general. You said Cancer. It's about my worthiness, and I'm a manifesting generator. Yes, I will read that again, Laura. So for Cancer risings for this week, it is about stepping into your worth, into your relationships. And for you as a manifesting generator, you might feel scattered, but very inspired. So if you are getting intuitive nudges about something, about new projects, new relationships, just listen to them, but allow time to process. Don't act on things too fast this week, only because you want to take some time to process them, to figure out the lay of the land. That's so I said no more manifesting generator slander for 2025. But 2026, I'm back on it. The issue that I have with manifesting generators is you guys don't read the room. And that's like a literally and figuratively. You don't read the room. And sometimes you don't have to, and I'm not saying that you do, but you don't read the room and you're moving too fast. You're making too many really quick moves sometimes. And it's just like, babes, did you even like look around to see what was happening in your life, to see what, like, you just don't read the room. And that's where I get a lot frustrated, because you're so powerful. You're so good at so many things. You have just so much potential, and you just don't read the room. And it's just really frustrating, because it's just like, just read the room first before you move. So that, I would say, especially being in a universal year 9 for manifesting generators, just read the room. Read the room. That's it. Just read the room. Check the temperature before you make these big sudden moves, or these. Just read the room and then act. So I feel like I'm a walking oxymoron. I'm a Pisces sun, Virgo rising, and a manifesting generator. That's not really a bad combination. I think it's na na Shisha. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm sorry. I'll just call you Nash right now. Nash, I don't think that is a bad combination. You as a Virgo rising, you being a Virgo rising, so Gemini is in your 10th house, which that is your career, how you're seen in the world, all of that. And then with you being a Pisces sun, I don't find that to be a bad combination. You have to listen to honestly, what's saving you is your Virgo rising, because that Virgo rising is going to plant you in something. It's going to make you feel like you need to be a perfectionist. So where you think that oxymoron of you being a manifesting generator and a Pisces sun, because that's like, oh, I'm just going to move. I'm just going to go with my intuition. Your Virgo your Virgo rising is always going to intervene and be like, well, it's not perfect. Let's slow down a little bit. So I think that's a good thing. You just have to pay attention to that. Listen, manifesting generator 8. Yeah, with ADHD, you got to read the room. That's my only advice for manifesting generators for 2025. Just read the room. Just figure out the lay of the land, check the temperature, and then move. Okay? So for Scorpio, Sagittarius moon, that's your problem. You're Sagittarius. Sorry. Listen, I will have Sagittarius slander this year. No manifesting generator slander, but Sagittarius slander, absolutely. That's what's getting you in trouble, Kinky Bohemian, is your Sagittarius moon. It's just so unreliable. It's just not, it's so impulsive. Sagittarius energy is very impulsive. And I know I have my Neptune, my Uranus, my rising sign. Sagittarius is very impulsive. And with that being your emotions, you have to really focus on grounding yourself. Yeah, that's and that Scorpio sun is just, I love Scorpios. But yeah, Laura said, I'm a Cancer sun and a Taurus rising. Yep, I need to be more self-aware. I like Taurus rising. Cancer sun, you know, with the Cancer sun and a Taurus rising, your problem really is you give too much to people without them giving anything to you. You have to worry about yourself, Laura. That's probably your biggest. You gotta worry about yourself. You gotta worry about yourself. You're welcome. I love you all. I'm an Aquarius sun, Aries rising, and a Cat moon. That Cat moon is saving your ass. KMRY Nelly. That you better be blessed that you have a Capricorn moon, because that's saving your ass. That is literally keeping you in check. Because Aquarius sun, there's a lot of Aquarius energy in my family. My mom, my dad, my cousin, they're all Aquarius moons. Uh, mm, 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 mm. They're all have a lot of Aquarius. My grandmother was an Aquarius. There's a lot of Aquarius energy. And that Capricorn moon, be thankful. You're a projector. It's saving you. So I would advise you for this week, especially, is to listen to your intuition, do a lot of writing, do a lot of meditating, really call in the experiences that you want to have, really figure out like how you want the rest of the year to go. How many invitations do you want to get? What type of money do you want to make? KMRY Nelly. Please do that. Because with that Capricorn moon, the good thing, the Capricorn moon, you ain't never broke. Tell you that. Tell you that much. You ain't never broke. Capricorn moon's gonna make sure you make it. You are taken care of. Somebody said, that damn good vegan. Libra sun, Scorpio rising, Aries moon. That is hilarious. That damn good vegan. What's your question? I don't want to read you for filth. And what's your question? You focus on giving me your question. Channing, oh God, and you're a manifestor. Yeah, you focus on giving me your question. What's your question? Channing's